Hi, this is Les Miller, just out for a walk in the park behind my house, and a little stand of trees here, enjoying myself as Sabbath's approaching. It's Friday morning, and I'm just relaxing. Be doing some housework later on today, but wanted to make another video in the series here of advice videos for brand new Seventh-day Adventists. Last time I talked about extremism and some of the various pitfalls you might find as extremists in the church glom onto a new person saying, oh, you got to do things my way. The church isn't doing everything right. I'm the only one who knows what's going on here. Sometimes that can happen with health also. Another mistake, common mistake Adventists make, is going too far too fast on health. Once you take a stand for God, once you have come to know the truth as it is in Jesus. Myself, I went vegan, and within 2 years, it's not that the diet was the issue. The food was good. It took a long time to prepare, which was kind of bothersome at times. But the real issue was I became a jerk. I just was so demanding, expecting to live in a world that basically revolved around me because of my special needs, my special diet. I've come to realize, if you're going to expect people to accommodate you for the Sabbath, accommodate you for diet in some way, you have to be willing to give back in some other way too. You have to be willing to work overtime on Sundays, on holiday Mondays. You have to be willing to eat cheese when you go to their house and they offer you cheese, knowing they can't handle it, that you don't drink anymore, don't smoke anymore, and now you don't eat meat, and now you don't eat cheese. They're trying to do something nice for you. Don't make them feel bad, okay? When you're at their house, eat their cheese. Now, I'm not vegan anymore. I'm vegetarian still. And over the years, of course, I've gone to a lot of health seminars. We get that phrase tossed about called New Start: nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, temperance, air, rest, trust in God. It comes from an Ellen White quote in Ministry of Healing. Again, good, right, true. Lots of good things in it, but it can be taken too far. A fringe element that exists within the church. And they love to use phrases like medical missionary work or self-supporting work. All the information they get from all the Ellen White quotes and the Bible verses, it's all right, it's all true, it's all good. But what's the implication usually when that phrase gets kicked around? Vegan diet, charcoal and hot water as the only methods for treating any health problem. And again, much good, but it can go too far. Now, in the end screen for this video, I'm going to put a link to a video I made a few years ago on New Start Health. I am not against New Start Health. But the problem comes in when people place so much confidence in the vegan diet, in sunshine, air, rest, which I'm doing right now, temperance, trust in God, that they think they have no need of modern medicine. Charcoal and hot water cannot solve every single health problem. All right, and this is the point. This is where people go too far. And this attitude comes out when people say things like, if only everyone in the church followed the health message to the highest degree possible, then we'd be as world famous as we once were with the Battle Creek Sanitarium. They read the old history books of our church. They read the Ellen White quotes, and they think the glory days of the Battle Creek Sanitarium, oh, if we could only have that back. Some people even go so far as to say that Jesus isn't going to come until everyone in the church is vegan. As I said in that New Start video, there's a place for both modern medicine and New Start medicine, lifestyle medicine. And that if all we did was vegan diet, charcoal, hot water, we'd be the Amish of the healthcare community. Okay, and I stand behind those words. I wanted to make, a few years ago, a more in-depth video on this topic and load it with historical references, Ellen White quotes, Bible verses, and whatever else I could, to talk about how people are going too far and give a whole bunch of details about an important thing that I noticed in my studies of church history. Now, the Lord didn't want me to make that video. I think maybe it would have been too much, but hopefully in a simple statement, I can say the same thing, and it'll be packaged in a way that people can take. And that is, studying church history, I want you to think about, when was the pantheism crisis? When did Dr. John Harvey Kellogg break away from the church and basically take the Battle Creek Sanitarium with him? Cross-reference that with when did Loma Linda University start? When did God give Ellen White those visions to say, land coming for sale in California, get it, get it. You have to get that land. And then the next message was, build a school for doctors. And specifically the message was, get government approval for those graduates to be doctors. Not reflexologists, not herbalists, not naturopaths, not any of those other New Age medicine practitioners. Another aspect of health extremism sometimes. Whatever good and right and true things there are in those medical systems, health systems, alternative health in general is basically of the devil because of its spiritual base. So you've got to be very careful with that. That's really a separate topic. But think about it. Lifestyle medicine from New Start was what we preached at Battle Creek. The world rejected the health message. I've got some quotes in the New Start video that will tell you that. But it's not like God gave up on humanity, and it's not like God gave up on us as a church. By starting a medical college and by getting us into modern medicine, He gave us a way to stay relevant in the eyes of the people. So my message to you today, a new Adventist or an existing Adventist who's watched this, and I hope if you're a little upset about it, I can help bring you a balanced perspective by simply saying, try the home remedies. Try the hot water treatment for a cold. Try the salt under the tongue for an allergy reaction. But if you're having a problem still, if it's not working for you, don't be afraid to go to a doctor and take the medical treatment that the doctor is giving you. It's not going to happen that you're going to walk into heaven without seeing death simply by being vegan, and you cannot solve all your problems health-wise with charcoal and hot water. Okay? There is a place for both. May the Lord be with you. I hope this message isn't too hard for you to take. Remember, there's value in a balanced approach to health. Don't make it the central focus of your Adventist faith. Make it part of your Adventist faith. I have had great light from the Lord upon the subject of health reform. I did not seek this light. I did not study to obtain it. It was given to me by the Lord to give to others. I present these matters before the people, dwelling upon general principles, and sometimes, if questions are asked me at the table to which I have been invited, I answer according to the truth. But I have never made a raid upon anyone in regard to the table or its contents. I would not consider such a course at all courteous or proper. Counsels on Diet and Foods, page 493.